Hey everyone, uh, welcome back. So today's another weekend. Gonna go try the Goodwill bins again. Um, I'm gonna see if I can bring you guys in and record the bins. Hopefully it won't be an issue, but I'm probably just gonna turn the camera on once I pass security. But yeah, so see you guys at the bins. So for some reason my GoPro was left on the time lapse instead of the regular camera mode. I'm not sure if this type of footage is something that you guys would prefer. I think my camera angle is still needs a little bit of work. I think it's still a little too high. I did find a pair of Wrangler jeans that were really dirty. I did find that Facebook sweater, but I think it was a company branded and I haven't really done too well with stuff like that. There was that Taylor Swift crew neck that you saw me pick up, but since it wasn't branded from Taylor Swift herself, I decided to pass. This Winnie the Pooh blanket thing, I thought was really cute, but I haven't really sold anything for kids yet, so I decided to pass on that as well. The next thing that I found here was the Stanley half-gallon thermos. I was staring at the bottom for a really long time, just trying to see if there was a date on there. Maybe I could sell it as a vintage item. But I think after looking up comps on eBay, they were all selling for approximately like 15, 20 bucks. So I decided to pass. This helmet, I actually think I should have picked this up. Only because I did look on Google afterwards that there is a Play Against Sports. And if you guys aren't familiar with Play Against Sports, they're a store that buys used sporting goods. I'm not quite sure exactly how much money I'll get on that. Yeah, so I ended up picking up this ratchet strap. I'm not sure why I picked it up. But yeah, it was only $1 something. I ended up picking it up. I kind of regret picking it up, but at the same time, I feel like having one is always going to be useful if I ever have to move something big or if I ever needed to strap something down to my car. I think, having that one strap for $1, I think is worth it. Will I end up using it? Probably not, but I feel like, it's something that's good to have. But yeah, I ended up picking up the thermals, but then I ended up putting it back just because, after looking up comps, it didn't look too great. But yeah, the bins themselves are pretty intimidating. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of items. This item here, I thought about picking up, but the only reason why I didn't was just because there weren't too many of them listed on eBay. As you can see here, there's like some listed for $20 and $30 brand new. The sell-through rate was actually pretty high. I think there were like 6 or 7 sold, even though there's only about 8 or 9 listed. So in terms of the sell-through rate, it was about like 60 or 70%. I ended up passing on it just because I think, I think it's more of like a streetwear brand, and I feel like it's not something that people commonly look for on eBay. So I decided to pass on that. The next item that I did find was this Nike Aero React shirt. This ended up probably being my best find. The next couple of items that I did find were that Gator brand. It was from some college, but I decided to pass on those just because there were so many and I didn't know that college specifically. I did end up taking up that San Francisco Giants hat. The Mets hat was a little too dirty for my liking. This shirt, Ali or Alicia, I ended up looking up just because the material felt nice, but then while looking on eBay, the pricing wasn't that great. It was like $18, $19 brand new, so I decided to pass on that. Looking through the rest of these items here, I didn't really find anything too great. Yeah, the next item here that I looked up was these pairs of N1 sweatpants. I remember N1 used to be, a pretty big brand back in the day. I didn't know that they still made clothes, so I thought, maybe N1 might have fallen into that like FUBU area. Next thing I did find was a Kangol hat. I know that Kangol is a pretty good brand, but and since it's so light, I decided to take the chance. This item here was a Tommy Hilfiger V-neck sweater. In hindsight, I probably should have left it just because I think vintage Tommy Hilfiger does well, but not all like the regular Tommy Hilfiger. I did see a polo Ralph Lauren polo. I decided to leave it just because I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, polo is pretty saturated on the eBay market. The next item that I did look up was this pair of Arizona slippers, but the only Arizona slippers that came up on eBay were Birkenstocks, because I believe one of their lines is called Arizona. So I really couldn't find any comps for that pair of Arizona. I didn't really find anything right now, so for the next couple of seconds, all you're gonna hear is some awkward silence. Just want to give you guys a heads up. I did find this Dockers 3XL um, rain jacket, but I ended up putting it back later just because I looked up comps and Dockers wasn't that great of a brand or didn't have that great sales comps. But I know that 3XL is a good size to pick up. I thought about picking up the Superdry shirt, but then I remember that Superdry, their shirts don't really do that well on eBay, and I think retail on their shirts about I think it's like $40. I found this pair of Levi's here, and what I did was I used the 300 menswear manifesto. I just want to give a shout out to Josh at lot of Josh. In one of his videos, he did mention the menswear manifesto, which was created by Thrift a Life. And basically, what I did is I just went on the Google Drive and then I looked up Levi's and I saw that Levi's 550 was ranked on the lower tier of things that sell on eBay, so I decided to pass on these. This women's dress I also looked up just because the material felt nice, and then Dana Bushman, but I saw comps and that wasn't so great as well. I was actually really surprised I found this pair of True Religion jeans. Got a shout out to my boy 2 Chainz. True. But yeah, so I just had to double check to make sure that True Religion is still a brand that sells well, and after looking on eBay, it looks like it does do well. So then I was really excited about this. But if you watch till the end, you'll see why I'm pretty disappointed at myself. But yeah, so I think the rest of this video, I'm just rummaging through some of the other bins. I don't think I find anything else. And oh wait, I did pick up this Under Armour Cold Break Heat Tech, a size extra large. I know like stuff like that generally does well, but we are coming to the summer months, so I think that might be an item that sits till later this year, but I think it should do well. Hey everyone, so my GoPro ended up dying at Goodwill. I was gonna give you guys, a recap of all the things that I bought, but here, I'm gonna show you the items now. In my last video, a lot of the things that sold were sporting stuff, so I figured maybe I'll get into sporting items. So this is the first item. Like I said last time, I'm not big on soccer, but I do know who Neymar is. Unfortunately, this is a kid's jersey, so like hopefully this does do well. 2015, so it's a few years old. The next item I got, I don't know anything about hats or if this is legitimate, but this is a Kangol, and I know that this brand is pretty good. However, I have no way of telling if this is authentic or not. But yeah, so I grabbed that. One of the next items I grabbed was the San Francisco Giants hat. I believe it's Michelin and S, or no, it's a 47 brand. For a lot of the hats, I like to check the inside to see if there's, too much sweat damage or anything like that. But this one seems to be fairly good.
Normally, I wouldn't grab anything that's associated with a school as opposed to a team, but I did see this U Albany, Nike, Dry Fit, Great Dane Classics official. This seems to be in pretty good condition. I have a few friends that went to Albany, so put it up for the U. I think their slogan is UA. Another item here, LL Bean. Like I said in my last video, I know some hiking stuff is pretty good. So this is I think this is just a flannel. I forgot the exact name of this style flannel, not the red and the black, but this colorway. I forgot there's a name for it, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I grabbed this, but I couldn't really find anything online for this. I know that this is the Metallica sign. It's on a Hanes tag, so I don't think it's from a tour or anything, but it does have the Metallica Jack Daniels logo on the back. So hopefully this does well. Like I said, I'm just gonna try to get into more athletic. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to get into more athletic stuff. This is Under Armour Heat Tech. I know that we're getting close to the summer months now, so I'm not quite sure if this will sell, but I know Under Armour is pretty good, and this is probably 50 cents at the bins. I'm a Mets fan, but I did see this Yankee hat. It looks really clean. The only thing that I would say is that it is a fitted. Oh, it's not a fitted. So it's a medium and large, but it does have this like thing on the back. Yeah, but since I'm a Met fan, I'm gonna be pricing this to sell. Staying on the Yankee, I did find this from Majestic Authentic, size extra large, Yankee jacket. I didn't check to see if the zippers work, but yeah, everything seems to be in order here. Staying on the sports, I did see this New Jersey Devils youth. I'm hoping this does do well. I haven't really sold anything for kids yet. I also grabbed this Tommy Hilfiger V-neck crew neck sweater. This probably won't do that well, but I imagine I could probably get $10 for this. Staying on the sports, I got this Nike Aero React. I don't know if this is a dry fit shirt, but yeah, X size extra large. Everything looks to be pretty clean. I'm not 100% sure if this is a logo or a branding or if it's just part of the shirt, but I'll look into that. And then I think this is two things. I think this was probably, oh damn, I didn't check. This is a pair of True Religion jeans, but I didn't check to see if the crotch was blown out. I messed up, and there seems to be, crotch seems to be blown out here. So this might end up getting either put into the trash. I mean, I could try to sell it for really low, but no wonder nobody picked this up. But I know this is a pretty easy fix, so maybe I'll list it for really cheap, like, $15. Yeah. Last thing I found was this Sony CD player. I haven't held a CD player in about, maybe 10, 15 years. So I don't even know where the batteries go yet. I have to figure that out. And then I also need to get this tested. But hopefully everything works. Oh, here's the batteries. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any corrosion, which is good. I have a few CDs at home, so I should be able to test this. And then the last thing I picked up was, I don't know why I got this, to be honest. It's one of these things to tie things down. It was only $1. I feel like I'm gonna end up throwing this out at some point, but I guess I'm just trying to support, the community. But yeah, in total, I don't have the receipt on me. Hold on. Yeah, so in total, I spent $18.82 for everything. But I'm looking to probably get back maybe close to 100 with everything here. So yeah, I'll put up the comps and everything. But as always, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.